I totally
Uh,
forgot. Oh, I can hear you.
yeah. Wow.
I was about to say I totally forgot where I should have jumped in 5 minutes early.
Well, this is an auspicious beginning.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, in that case, do we think we want to start the happy hour?
Um, was Al gonna try to make this one?
Not he won't be able to make this one, but he will
Oh,
be
it's starting
out
next one. Okay,
with the next one.
got you.
Also, of course, later today we have our exciting event on X where he will be there.
Excellent.
Nice, nice. Um, which means I just need to. Oh, nice. We have catch in here. All right. Well, I do think we're ready in general. Just oh shoot. Maybe I could have been a little bit more prepared. How you doing, Chris?
I am doing well. Yourself, other than um playing catch up?
In general, I'm doing pretty well. Having a good time.
Good.
Just working through cool tech, and I think that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm all about.
Every minute of every day.
Every minute, every day. Okay, cool. So let's awesome. We have the happy hour started. Um Sweet. So I suppose we can kick it off. Let's see. We have some things in chat. Afternoon everyone, or good morning, or good evening. I'm not sure what time it is for you, but thanks for joining in. IT working, who would have thought? Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy to see Discord actually functional, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I'll take it.
I will take
I'll
it.
take
I'll
any
take it.
gift that life has to offer at this point. So, but I've been waiting all week because the more people I talk to these days, the more I'm leaning toward just being lazy and say, let an AI agent do it. Don't waste your time. So every time I say that, I, of course, think about Prometheus. Um, so I am very, very eager to follow the progress you guys are making and roll out schedules. And yeah, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna give. I don't. It seems like people are pouring in, so I just want to wait maybe another 60 seconds or so before
Yeah.
I dive too far deeply into it. But we do. We have some exciting updates on the Prometheus side. We have a special guest. We have Catch the Record from the Sono project, who's gonna jump in and give us an update. We have an X space that's going to be at 5 p.m. UTC. We're going to be announcing an exciting partner update, and of course, don't worry, I'll be giving more information a little later on down the line. And then after that, we'll be answering some questions from the community, and then I think that's our happy hour. We got a good
Excellent.
agenda this time.
Well, I will be in bed by the time you announce the partnership, so shoot it to me on Slack because I'm super curious.
Ooh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Cool. I think okay, well some people are still joining in, so maybe we'll wait another 30 seconds. All right. So of 30 seconds of what did Chris do this morning? Tell me about your morning.
I had meetings all morning. That's not very exciting.
Oh no, okay.
Um, I
uh
had meetings. I had meetings on the European Union standardization process for DPPs. How's that sound?
no, wonderful. Okay. Looks like we're getting enough people in here that I think it's time to
I will
doo
say this
doo.
though, just to
Yeah.
finish off that thought, I am looking for an excuse to bring that process onto Koii.
Oh, 100%. We're just waiting for it.
So I think there's some excellent use cases. I think a lot of this, a lot of what we're doing here is just sort of figuring out now how to start the conversation with traditional markets and traditional processes and provide an easy on ramp onto decentralization and Web3. But the good news is even the most conservative organizations out there, like just the EU regulatory committees and stuff, see the value of blockchain and they see the value of decentralization. Now they don't always call it what it is. Like they don't know what decentralization is. They think it just means like a second server, but they're getting there.
They're
So
getting there.
our, our job is to sort of like make it easy for them.
I was pleasantly surprised to see that Google's cloud Web3 sort of cloud suite is actually really competent, and it's getting better. So I do think that we're starting to see some, I don't know, some adoption from the more traditional institutional partners in the space.
Yeah, that's exciting. We have a
It
hand
is
up in the
exciting.
audience, by the way.
Do we? Do we? Cool. I mean, do we want to bring someone up? Where's the hand? I don't see a hand. Oh, in
Neeson?
chat, Mason? Is Mason actually? I think Mason clicked that by accident because I don't see a Mason actually in the call here. But we can probably get started with our happy hour.
Okay. You might have a different view than I do. Do you have us at the top and then all the audience icons below?
Yeah. Do you see Mason?
Okay. I do. Top row for me.
Oh, well then let's
White hat and a hoodie.
bring him up to speak. No, I don't see. Oh, okay. I just popped up my screen in there. Yeah, let's bring Mason up. Yeah, cool. Well, Mason, if you want to pop up, feel free. In the meantime, we can get started with the agenda and then um, jump in whenever you get the chance. So yeah, let's talk about the updates for the week from Koii. And the primary update that we want to focus on is that the new version of Prometheus is going to be launched basically on Monday. We're testing over the weekend. We did a bunch of work this week, and what's going to happen in this new version is basically what we might call Prometheus version 1. It's still sort of in this testing beta phase for sure. There's still a lot of work to do, don't get me wrong, but it's finally in a place where we're willing to put it out there and have it go. So the exciting updates are we're releasing the new Prometheus website and bounty page. Again, stay tuned for updates. Should be live sometime around Monday. And on this new bounty page, users can go into that page. They'll be able to take their wallets and fund a Prometheus swarm. It can be in Koii, USDC, it can be in Ethereum, it can be in USD, just with a credit card Stripe payment. And what you can do is you can fund a swarm to do what you need. We have bug hunting swarms, we have feature writing swarms, we can write whole websites for you, or we can do small little tasks like algorithms and solving math and doing your homework maybe if you really need it. Um, so yeah, the way it'll work is it'll be really simple. You go to the website, you'll connect your wallet. Once you fill out the form, there'll be a little bit of a wait while we process payments and stuff, and then we spin up Prometheus swarms based off the highest bounties that we see. The benefit here for the community is that the bounties that get paid into the swarm ultimately go to you guys, right? These are the bounties that are being paid out to start paying you. And now we're starting to open up the different types of tokens in the ecosystem that we can maybe start to see. It's going to start with Koii, but as you've noticed, we've been able to bridge Pen over, and we're working on more and more bridges. We're working on bringing over more and more tokens, and I hope you can start to see how the ecosystem can evolve, flourish, and grow with this pattern of let's bring on a swarm, let's bring on a new token, let's bring on a swarm, let's bring on a new token. And as we start to do this, we're going to start to see that all these swarms will have incredible value that they can bring back into the node. And I think hopefully you'll be in a position where you're picking and choosing between which swarms you want to run, which swarms you want to give your compute power to, because you have to bet on a token at one point. And we want to give you guys the best options. So we're super excited that that's basically right around the corner. We've been working our butts off, and I just can't wait to see that live. So that's the super exciting news we have to share with the community. And honestly, I think this is going to change the game. This is going to be Prometheus version 1. This is it.
I gotta say, I really am starting to understand the scope of this project. Like when Al comes in and says it's basically anything internet related, it's almost too big for me to wrap my head around. But this is a really interesting use case that has so much breadth to it. Um, it's starting to kind of put that grand schema into context for me.
Yeah,
So this is
I think there was a
exciting on several levels. No, go ahead.
absolutely. I think there was a time in like human history, right, where everybody was like, why do you need to have a math guy or an engineering guy or a computer guy or a software developer on your team, right? Like maybe back in like the 50s and the 60s, um, maybe even in the 70s and 80s, it was still a bit of a question. Now it's a default, right? Every company probably has a software developer, or they're using some sort of software online that gives them that ability. Like Shopify gives you a website, right? An e-commerce solution. It's basically like having a developer. I think that we're kind of in the same position, right? Where it's like, all right, AI developers. I mean, who needs them and where do we put them? And because the answer is basically everyone and everywhere, it really is hard to wrap our heads around where we're at and what the future is. But I think that kind of highlights where Koi is at right now. We're at the beginning, right? Where it doesn't really make sense, but it's starting to make sense. This is where the massive adoption is going to come, I think. As these code writing agents get better, the place where these code writing agents get tools to do actual useful things, right, is going to be Koi. And so all these LLMs are going to be coming here to launch swarms. And I think that's going to be, I think it's going to be the next step. Every business is going to want a bunch of developers working on something. I think that was like the web 2 step was get one developer working on one thing, which is like Shopify, and web 3 Koi is going to be get 100 developers working on one thing, which is going to be Prometheus.
Well, for me, as somebody who has one leg in Web3, but from a business perspective, not from a tech perspective, it's super frustrating to see all of these innovations going on that I really would have to invest time I don't have to participate. So the idea for me is that Koi is going to be that bridge, that it's going to allow somebody with my low skill levels in programming and tech to just sort of plug and play this thing. And so I can actually finally participate in the tech that I'm supporting, but not getting to use. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean that's super exciting, and that's what I want, right? I want everybody to win. I want people who don't necessarily have this huge tech background to be able to compete, right? Because you have great ideas. Everybody has great ideas, and sometimes we're limited in one way or the other. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have a chance. And that's really what we're doing with Prometheus is you're gonna get that chance, and because you're here now, you get the alpha chance, right? You're in at the beginning.
Yeah. So at what level? I mean, this is kind of going meta for a second. When can a grandmother, and that's the analogy I used before, when your grandmother can buy Bitcoin at Walmart, like and pay at Walmart with Bitcoin is when we know that crypto is finally, well, universally accepted. When can somebody's like equally skilled grandma come in and spin up a swarm and help and start developing an AI agent? Um, when is
Honestly,
it going to be that
hopefully
simple?
Monday.
Wow.
Hopefully it's then, right? It's just a website, and then all you have to do is
Okay.
fill in your things. The you can do it as easily as you just put in your credit card information. You don't even need a MetaMask wallet. You can use your MetaMask wallet. Don't get me wrong. Of course, we support it, but you don't even need it. You can just use Google's basic. It remembers your credit card information. We're using Stripe, very secure payment system. You just have to go there. All you have to do is say, do I want to build something or do I want to fix something? Then you type in a project title, project description, what you want it to do, plain English. Doesn't have to be complex at all. And then you fund it with your credit card if you want, easy peasy. And then you just click go, and we do the rest. We get your swarm live, we process your payments, um, and we handle the customer care right here. It's easy peasy in my opinion.
Okay, so help me out with that part. I go on there, I've got an idea. Does it have to be a tech idea?
Nope.
Okay, so I want to end world hunger. I
Hmm.
go on there and I start the title of the project. What is the sweet spot of information I provide to Koii? You don't want
Uh,
a manifesto that's 85 pages long, but you also don't want me to say, I want to solve world hunger, fix it for me. Like there's something in between, right? That you find most helpful.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's two mechanisms there. First is, we want you to provide as much information as you can. To be honest, if you have an 85-page manifesto, give it our way. See what we can do. I think the longer is better, rather than
Okay.
shorter. Um, but at the same time, I think it's all these bounties are gonna actually be publicly visible, and we're gonna create voting mechanisms for these kind of things, so the community will actually have a chance to vote on what new projects, new swarms will be given priority to go live. And I think really what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you write your description, you're sort of making sure that it's something that other people want to see. I mean, who doesn't want to end world hunger? That's great, but at the same time, getting a bunch of AI to just end world hunger, if you just give it that prompt, might not go so well. So maybe we should
Right.
give it a more prompt. Hey, let's create um, AI farming tools, right? All like you can have AI that automatically creates food or something like that, right? And then all of a sudden you have a really cool thing, right? And it's only an extra 10 words really to say, some sort of AI tool that can farm to end world hunger. And
Did you see
maybe
that just this week AI came up with a revolutionary way to do quantum entanglement that we hadn't thought of? Like
oh,
we're really
that's
we're getting
amazing.
somewhere. Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow.
So like all these people, and I get where they're coming from. All these people that are like LLMs are just kind of a trick. They just it's a semblance of thought. Well, to me, it's getting to the point where those arguments no longer matter. It's like the results that matter. And if they can
Yeah.
do protein folding and find new materials and do quantum entanglement, I'll take it.
It's app like, right? One of my favorite stories is there was a guy who owned a bakery and he got a machine learning person to make a camera that automatically tracked when an item was sold. So instead of having to ring it through the cash register, when you removed the cake from its, the glass little compartment that it was in, the AI tracked it and automatically added it to the cash register thing, and the client just had to pay. It was really cool. Turns out that exact same AI is extremely competent at finding cancer cells.
I saw
And
that.
and it's like,
Yeah.
what? Oh,
I
mind-boggling.
mean, maybe you don't want to find out you have cancer at the bakery, but hey, I mean,
Yeah, fair enough.
but yeah, it's just so yeah, we're there tech wise. It's just a matter of making sure that everybody with a good idea has access. So I think we're going to be swimming in good ideas soon, and then the whole mechanism with priority becomes critical, right? Like where do we focus our attention?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when do you think that the community's voting mechanism is going to be in its trial phase? Let's say,
You
because
know,
this is
that
all an
one
evolution.
that one is a bit further away. I want to say that it's all going to be publicly available and visible on GitHub. So you can always look at it and there'll be the opportunity for us to make comments. Um, And actually, you should be able to actually leave likes and thumbs ups on the GitHub issues. So technically, from the get-go, it should be publicly available, um, or publicly visible is what I meant to say. Sorry. But I guess what I would like to say is also we want to make it even easier. We know that GitHub isn't a solution for your grandma, right? So there's
Or me.
going to be, well, yeah, for sure. So over time, we'd like to have uh, a tool. We're sort of calling it the setup task right now. Name in progress, of course. But that essentially lets you open up a dashboard in the Koii node that helps really enable and facilitate a lot of these interactions. So, like, hey, I want to know what the Prometheus swarm is. Well, there'll be basically a Koii browser, and you'll open that Koii browser, and you'll be able to go to the Prometheus tab, and there'll be the information there. The
I
timeline,
can't
not
wait.
quite sure though.
I can't wait for a Koii browser. I cannot wait.
Ah.
Um, I'm
It's
so sick of my
coming
data
sooner
being
than you
trolled.
think. We're working on an
Oh,
early version right now.
oh, it's become a game in my household to see how long it takes things that we look up on one platform to advertise to us on another platform that are seemingly unrelated. So, like, the idea
Yeah.
of a Koii brow that won't happen with Koii. So
Oh yeah, no, for sure. We don't we don't put ads in our browser. That's crazy.
right, right. Well, that's exciting. Before we move on to the guest, did you are you comfortable with the amount of time Prometheus got? Do you have any other news?
No, yeah, absolutely. I'd actually love to bring Catch up and get a little update from Sono. I'm going to
Sounds good.
invite Catch to speak. Um, oh, Discord's not inviting. Hey, Cat. Oh, yeah, they did invite. Perfect. Awesome. Sorry, Discord's just a bit slow, and I am a little impatient. My bad.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, how's
Can
it
you hear
going?
me?
Hi there. Welcome.
Let's talk about some Sonar updates. Over the past months, we've made solid progress in developing the game and engaging with the community. So let's go over some. Mm, sorry. Just a lot of a lot of things over this week. So the Sonar portal is now live, and you can purchase a mining pass and get some Sonic Explorer status. The mining pass allows you to mine Sonar tokens directly from the minigame without paying gas fees. The Sonic Explorer status provides useful in-game bonuses for both gameplay and mining. We already held on Sonar Portal. We already held 7 community votes where players helped shape game development, polishing, and other important topics. And all these users were rewarded for voting. Some of our active players received rewards in Sona tokens and in-game bonuses for their contributions. The daily streak rewards system has been revoked massively to make it more balanced and rewarding. We now have players who have already for over 120 days on a daily basis, which is pretty impressive. So what next? We will continue polishing the game. I will continue polishing the game. Sorry, a new feature is coming soon. It's named Expeditions. This will be themed sound journeys, some kind of sound stories. For example, winter sound expeditions, forest sound expeditions, sea sound expeditions. Completing these expeditions will earn special rewards and achievements. Speaking of achievements, we also working on a dedicated achievement system inside the game. Also, we're developing a new Koii node task, which will be a free Sonar token task with a fixed reward. This means more people from the Koii node ecosystem will be introduced to the token. And the current Rivera Field Compute task will also be updated with a slight increase in the reward pool for each round. Right now, it is a referral period in the game. For every new player you invite, you will get a significant end-game bonus to your total boost of points.
Oh,
Oops.
did he get dropped off?
Yeah, let's
Everything I
get
heard
this
so far was
back.
awesome, man. Yeah, that was a lot of updates so far, and there's more.
Yeah, I
I'd
definitely
like to
want to
speak with.
ask him to give advice to other people in the audience who may want to start their own kind of journey on Koi. Like, just some suggestions he might have. I think it's a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, I'd love to get more. Um, oh, we got him back up.
Whoop.
It's okay.
Whoop. We heard you right up to the end.
Where did they end? It's something with internet or what?
Yeah, just cut off about like I would go back to like I don't know, start like 60 seconds back.
Okay. Pum, 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 pum. It's about Koii task or earlier?
Yeah, for
Okay.
the core task.
Yep.
Okay. So I will make a new Koii task. With it will be just like a free Sono task for engage more people from Koii ecosystem.
Nice.
And right now it is a referral period in the game. For every player, you can invite people. sorry. For every player you invite, you get a significant bonus, and people can be a referral for multiple people. So it makes more community interactions and more flexible system, and encourages players to engage with each other. Also, no, you know, we need more people right now. The project deserves to be heard by a wider audience, and
100%.
I also do all the best to make that happen. So it's I don't know on what moment I stopped, but
It was on the
that's
new task. Yeah,
okay. Thanks to be part of this journey, guys. Really,
absolutely.
yeah, really great to be part of this ecosystem and community. So have a great weekend.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, if you could stay on, I think Chris had a quick question for you.
Yep.
I just didn't know if you had any advice to people in the audience that may be feeling a little intimidated by the process, like how to get started, some challenges you overcame, maybe some tips.
Some tips about development or starting the project, whole project.
Developing within this ecosystem.
Mm, I don't know even from where to start. It's gone too far at some point.
What
So, okay.
what was your biggest challenge when you're trying to develop with Koi, and how'd you overcome it? I recall that you said you used AI to actually help you a lot.
At this moment, the most challenge is to attract more people to the project. To be
Mm,
honest, uh,
Okay. Well, that's feedback. Um, have you been promoting outside of the Koi ecosystem, or you've been just participating within Discord channels, Telegram, and whatnot?
yes, I do paid advertising on social networks, and I will drive a YouTube channel with more info
nice.
Oh,
about
very
project.
nice.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to see that, and we could share it around. Of course, we also have the X town halls that will be starting, just so that we can get more visibility on partners and stuff. We'll be making an announcement later, but this is a great thing for you to come on, and we'd love to see you up there and give you some more exposure on the Twitter side of things. X, Twitter, same diff.
I'm with
Thank
you.
you very
It's
much.
always going to be Twitter in my head.
It's always going to be Twitter in my head.
My too.
Nice,
Well, I'd also
perfect.
like to volunteer Avi to be your first interviewee for your YouTube channel.
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay.
Well,
That'd be
thanks so much.
fantastic.
It will be a lot of information about the project, about the game mechanics, and more deep dive.
Hmm. Absolutely. Cool. Well, any last final comments?
From
Catch?
my side,
Yeah.
no. I just that's all what I want to speak about today. Sorry for my
Awesome.
English. I
No, it's all good.
really have a lot of it's some kind of deadline hell last 2 or 3 weeks on my full-time work, so it's really really hard to how it in English to combine all these projects.
Oh,
Absolutely, and we get it for sure.
yeah. I think anybody in Web3 feels your pain.
Yeah, the whole industry's grinding 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I think Koii is really the only project I know that's members are 100% focused within the project. Like so many other people in Web3 I talk to, myself included, are split between 3 to 5 projects. But you guys at Koii seem to be 24/7 on this one, which is, I think, why you've made progress, to be honest. Um, it's why you're still here 5 years later.
That's pretty cool to hear. Yeah, we are focused for sure.
And one
Cool.
thing, we really sorry, we really have a great community inside Sono
Oh,
project.
100%.
These people is really really great.
Yeah, all the people in that I've seen engage with Sono, it's been a fantastic community to watch flourish, and um, I'm really excited. I think you'll go a lot farther, and I think this is really only the beginning for you.
Yep, I'm glad to someone really likes it. it's 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 great. So have a good time, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And Avi, I think that's a really key point. Like whenever I talk to investors or VCs, they're always asking about community metrics, right? They're asking how many are in your Discord, how many are in your Telegram, as
Hmm.
if the numbers alone matter. And when you're in this day in and day out, you realize pretty quickly it's the quality of the community. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
having
I've seen
7,000 bots doesn't do any project any good.
exactly, and I'm not going to name names, but I've seen Discord communities with 500,000 people, and they're dead. There's no movement at all. No one's talking. It's like one bot that's like actually like just posting auto messages, and then that's it. So yeah, I think it's really about the heartbeat of the community, and I think ours is strong and lively.
And the thing that I've liked about this community too is it doesn't need a lot of policing. Like
Yeah.
people are respectful, and that's really the only environment that ideas can really flourish is when people are supporting one another and being respectful about it, and being constructive. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't hold somebody accountable or say you disagree, but it's how you say it. And I've been really happy with what I've seen here. That also is kind of rare in Web3.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I have some exciting announcements. So just before I think we're burning through our time here. Is awesome to chat with you, Catch. But I think we're gonna just move on to the next little little segment here. And that is that we have an X space going on. And that X space, the link is in chat. We will drop it again just now, Ina, if you are so kind. It will be at 5 p.m. UTC today. 5 p.m. UTC on our X. Again, the link will be dropped in just a sec. And we're going to be announcing partner updates. So I just want to start with Koii is announcing our new town halls. And these are going to be different from the happy hours here on Discord, which are chill and intimate. We're going to be having town halls, which are open and accessible on X. And they're going to be to this wider audience. You guys here, you are the homies. You're the intimate guys. But we have this huge audience of untapped people, and they're sitting on X, the wider Web3 community that we need to access. And this is where we're going to start doing it. And we're going to start announcing really exciting things here, starting with today's partnership which I'm super excited to announce, that Prometheus from Koii is partnering with Pact from the Avalanche ecosystem. So Prometheus is really excited to announce a strategic partnership with Pact. Pact is a platform that enables users to create on-chain websites. They call them chain sites by seamlessly integrating common Web3 components. So Pact has leveraged AI agents to automate business creation, automation, technical advancements, and they've done this for a while. And this aligns perfectly with Prometheus's mission to decentralize cloud computing and AI agents. Um, this partnership is going to be the integration the collaboration that marks Koii partnering with the Avalanche ecosystem, which is really cool because this is going to start to unlock paths to new DeFi opportunities, new DeFi rails, AI agents within the Avalanche ecosystem, and honestly a lot more. Um, I don't want to give it all away though, so what I'm going to say is look in chat right now, x.com, Koi Foundation /status, and a bunch of random numbers, but the link is there, and that's going to be where we're going to give you all the exciting information about this pretty big partnership, if I do say so myself.
It's always exciting when you go into a new ecosystem.
Oh yeah.
So now when I expect some of the next tasks to be about arbitrage, right?
Well, I'd like to see it. I'm working on the
Yeah.
DeFi dashboard, as some people know. So Koi is we're developing a DeFi dashboard with the community. Every Thursday we do a bit of work. We have a backlog of features that we're trying to build for the community, and now we can partner with the Avalanche ecosystem to power that up with Koi's AI and all of the goodies in the Avalanche ecosystem. I mean, it's just going to be the next level. It's going to be great.
It's exciting. Um, in general, do you have a partnership pace? Do you try to secure a certain amount each quarter, each month? Um, what
We have a
Talk a little
pipeline
bit
for
about the work
partners.
that goes on behind these partnerships, because having been in the biz dev side, I understand how much work they are.
Ugh.
Like,
Yeah.
what does this partnership represent from like a workload perspective?
Sure, yeah. Partnerships are a lot of work across all of Web3. It helps that we have Prometheus, which is a really attractive product. Um, right now, we have Al and a team of business developer persons that are always on the go. They're right now currently on the West Coast, and they're just churning up businesses. They're at events all day. Holy crap, you should see Al's calendar. It's like chocked full of things overlapping, and he's going from event to
Yeah.
event, just talking with everybody and telling them about all the cool things Koi is doing, namely Prometheus. And so there's a bunch of talking, and once we get a nice rapport with someone who we really like, then we put them into our partnership pipeline. And of course, there's a lot of work that goes into that, from establishing what we need from a tech standpoint to a marketing standpoint. The whole project management that goes around that, the graphic designers that go into designing the announcements, the engineers that start working on the tech integrations, and then of course you need a marketing run to actually go live. You have to go, do a bunch of work to promote it, and then of course we want to take that even further. We want to improve the tech over time so that later on down the line we can say, hey, look, we improved the tech. We're still working with these guys. The partnership is strong. The ecosystem is growing. So it's an ongoing relationship, and it's certainly a lot of work. But we use a bunch of industry standard tools to make sure that we're not entirely overwhelmed by the process. We set up a lot of automations recently, obviously thanks to the AI tools that we're employing, which have also made the process a lot smoother. So right now we have a backlog of over 50 partners. I actually think it's higher than that. I can confirm it's at least 50, and it's growing every day. So right now, we're trying to sign on. Like, to answer your first question, we're trying to sign on as many partners as we can right now. I think there's more people coming in than we can actually take on, which is a great position to be in.
Yeah, that is
Um,
an amazing position to be in.
yeah, right.
Like,
It's fantastic.
I remember, boy, I forgot what the event. I lose track of the names of these events. It's the one they have in Miami each year that they usually have Art Basel at the same time. Um, I remember seeing Al at that event for a full week, and these events are not like 9 to 5 jobs. These events are like 20 hours out of your day. You're lucky if you sleep every 2 days. We usually like sleep in the Grab or the Uber in between events. And I remember being at the end of it saying like, "This was a great time. I can't wait to go home to sleep." And Al's like, "Well, I'm off to Lisbon." for for another week of the same sort of thing and over and over and over to form these partnerships.
Oh yeah.
Um,
He lives it right now.
yeah,
He's 24/7 on the road right now. Just because it's there's that much business development that we can be doing right now. The market's turning upwards slowly. It's in a weird position, I gotta say. But I think that overall there's a lot of hope right now, and a lot of partnerships being signed. And I think there's going to be a lot of exciting things coming out in the future, especially for Koi.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we have some Q&A that we want to get to before
Yeah,
we run out of our
please.
time. Yeah, for sure. Cool. So yeah, we got some Q&A from the community. And of course, I think we have a few questions here in chat too. That I'd love to get to. I think we can maybe actually start with one that I see in chat right now, which is we don't have Al here, and yeah, so we're gonna see Al later on today in the Pact AMA. He'll be hosting that directly. That's where you can get the alpha directly from him. So if you're excited to see Al, I would say join our Koi AMA later on today. If you can't, we'll be recording it, so don't worry. There'll be an opportunity to catch up with it after.
Great.
Cool. So some questions that we got from our AMA in the Discord, that we want to answer here today. We'll start with the top. So one person was asking about mobile wallets on Koi, and yeah, we have variety of community members who've actually been eager to start working on certain projects, particularly mobile wallets. I know that Guamex in the community has been working on mobile wallets, a really good looking one. I'm not exactly sure on the timeline for when that's going to be released, but I'm trying to get them up here on a happy hour or an X base so that they can actually start sharing the love and showing what it's all about. But they're definitely available in the community. Their Guamex is always live in the builders channel, and there's always updates going on. So there's a mobile wallet certainly in progress, and the community is building it. And that brings us to the decks. Well, we actually also have a few community members working on dexes. Um, so right now, Koi is honest. We're focused on the Prometheus product, and it's doing really really well. And we think it's going to bring the best value to the network. That being said, we have a beautiful community that we can rely on to still bring value to the network, despite the fact that the core team is occupied with our current quest. And that means we have a lot of people in the community working on some dexes. Um, I'd love to get some of those people up here to start showing, hey, we're working on this dex on Koi. It's going to look like this, and it's going to come out. So in the future, we're going to try and make these happy hours and the X spaces a lot more ecosystem focused. We focused a lot on Koi in the past. And while we still want to get some developers from Koi in here to speak about their experiences, the other side of that is to get more community members like you guys actually speaking here and talking about your stories and showing the community exactly where you are in your progress updates. I think that would be the most exciting thing.
Yeah,
Another question we
absolutely.
had. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, absolutely. Combine that with the periodic check-in of the ideas for new tasks and how the community's reacting to those. I think would be an exciting development.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the original idea always has been that we want the community to decide which tasks succeed, which projects go to the top, right? It's always been about the community banding together to create these decisions and to make these choices. And I think that this is just a reflection of that. We want Koi to really be a chain that the community controls. We don't want Koi to really be running the shots. We want you guys to be running the shots. We built this for you, and it's for you guys to have control over. We kind of just maintain it.
Yeah, it'll be two levels of choices, right? It'll be which tasks get early development assistance based off of their merit, and then once they're up and running, it's people get the choice of which task to actually run.
Yeah.
And then I imagine there'll be staking opportunities. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for choice.
Hmm. Um, Another question we had was about the new referral program. Um, the question was, will we be using a third-party system, or will we be trying to upgrade the existing system? And the answer is essentially you could call it an upgrade to the existing system, but really what we're doing is we're going to try and simplify the existing system. We realized that the referral program got a little bit confusing as we started to reach it out in a few too many directions. But at the core of them, they all had the same mechanism. It's a referral program. So we're actually going to simplify it quite a bit down into one basic referral program using the same system, but just making it significantly less confusing. Where we're going to remove the different tracks. It's all just going to be one straightforward referral program. You get a referral code, you pass it on. If you want to join a team of ambassadors, you can also do that. Two very simple options to kind of get rewards through referrals. Cool. The next question was, can Prometheus revisit Debian packages? And just to decipher that one, because I think that might have been a little code heavy, can Prometheus, which is our code writing developer AIs, can those uh, do something with Linux, basically? And Linux is like, it's an open source, free to use OS, particularly used by developers traditionally for like server stuff. But of course, Web3 has adopted Linux. It's become a little baby OS. And so people have been asking, can Prometheus open source do stuff? And absolutely it can. It can index the Debian packages, it can analyze them, it can audit them, test them, rebuild them, it can bug hump in them. It can basically improve them. So someone was asking, can Prometheus make Linux better? And the answer is yes. We can. Prometheus can make Linux better, which is pretty cool. We need to, I mean, there would need to be a community movement to kind of push us in that direction. But if someone wants to set up a bounty to make Linux better and then like put Koii on like the front page of the internet for doing that, that'd be sweet. I'd love to see that.
So sorry, you did a great job at not waiting for me to ask you what the hell a few things meant there. So I appreciate that. But when you say make Linux better, do you mean modules and libraries or do you mean entire versions?
Both.
Wow. Like a Koei release of Linux.
Yeah, why not?
Jeez. Well, I like that you don't think small.
Oh, we never think small. Um, cool. Another question was someone had interest in setting up a validator. How do they do that? We have docs on how to do that. If you go to Koi .network/docs, in the top left, there's a search bar. If you just type in "set up a validator," it'll take you immediately to the right page, where we have all the information on what you need, the technical specifications, how to set things up, etc. It's a pretty complete page, and we'd love to see more validators on the network. So if you're someone who has interest in setting one of those up and helping the Koi infra, would love to see more of that. That'd be sweet. Um, Sorry. Nice
Oh,
or
I
nice?
just said nice. I
Uh,
love anything that adds to the efficiency and utility.
yeah. What is next? Oh yeah, timeline for videos. So we mentioned that Koi is working on some videos to release to the community to sort of explain some of the common things, how to set up a node, and in the modern times, how to set up Finny in modern times, and a few other common questions. And the answer is that we're trying to get we're going to look for a release schedule by the end of March here. We're gonna at least have the first video out by the end of March. Hopefully, a few more. Um, the timeline is basically it's looking like approximately 2 weeks to get those out. So stay
Okay.
tuned. Those will help.
Yeah, that's a lot sooner than I expected. Congrats.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely going to get the first two out, which the first one is going to be how to install the node. I think that's a really important one. And how to run your first task is probably going to be the next. Definitely want to get those out by the end of the month. The sooner we can get those things out, the better. And I realize that the community's been waiting on those, so we don't want to make you guys wait too much longer.
I think another early good one, because I get this question from people a lot, is what to do with all these coins? Like they see they're used to ecosystems that only have one coin, so they get here and they have a wallet and they're running these different tasks and they've got all these coins piling up and they're not really sure what that means. So that would be just a really kind of simple one pager.
Yeah, actually, one of the videos that we have planned, admittedly, it might take a little more time to really get it right, but we do actually want to explain what are these tokens and what do we do with them and how do we get more information about them. A three-step process going through the token pages, a little addendum about like the explorer so you can dive deep, how to, how what are the tokens, how to use them, where to put them, all that kind of stuff. So there's definitely a plan. That's
Great,
one of the videos for sure. And we realize
great.
that that's a huge community sort of confusion as we dub them.
Nice. In the future, I'll just be able to drop a link when somebody pesters me.
Yeah, exactly. Just be like, here's the video. Make sense? Awesome.
And I'm
Hopefully we. Well,
oh,
sorry.
sorry. For the record, I'm thinking of one person who I brought into Koii like a year
Oh,
ago. Like, it keeps on asking me.
see, what I'm hoping is that we can make those videos. We get each of them like to 100,000 views, and then the YouTube algorithm takes them over, and then we win.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Someone in chat said, please make them bite-sized. Don't try and get too much information in one video. It's quicker to push them out and get info available. And I agree with that. We
Yeah.
want to make them, I think 5 minutes is the cap. That's the longest we'll make them. But yeah, we're sort of playing around with the best scripts and the best ways to actually deliver the information. Sometimes we'll write a script, realize, oh, we took some information for granted and got to rewrite some stuff. But 100%, we're going to work to make it as bite size as possible.
Yeah, and if you find yourself taking too much time explaining concepts, just appending a glossary would even cut down on that.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good idea. Write that down. Um, Another question we had, the last question we're going to answer here in the happy hour is getting more partners. Someone was asking a question about how Koi plans on getting more partners. I think we've touched on that, but I just wanted to touch on it again, that we have a pipeline for this. And we're going to be releasing a lot more information on the X Town halls. So start putting those ones in your calendar, staying tuned for those. Every town hall that we do, we're going to try and highlight an ecosystem partner, the exciting things that are going on Koi, sort of from the outside or on the external side of things. We're going to focus here in the happy hours more on the internal. It's going to be a little more chill, a little more casual here with me and Kris. And then we're going to have some really high energy, high impact conversations that'll happen on the X town halls. Yes,
Nice.
the question in chat. The town halls are on X. The town halls are on X. X is Twitter. The town halls are on Twitter.
You're dying on that hill.
I know.
That's great.
Ah,
So
I love this.
you did say that that was the last one you're going to answer. Are you teasing
Uh-huh.
out? You got 5 more minutes. Is-
I do have 5 more minutes. So that was, I guess, the last question from the AMA. There actually was a question up here in chat I wanted to answer. I'm still little unclear on how Prometheus works, says Marengo. So to be clear, anyone running the tasks will get paid in Koi currently, correct? But eventually in other tokens as the swarms make use of the node for compute, correct? So, for example, each day your node task could join different swarms and be paid in multiple different tokens to help with these different swarms. Yeah, exactly. And just to explain that maybe from top to bottom again, once you enter the node, uh, th- at least for this first version, um, the Prometheus swarms are going to be tasks. So when you open the node, you basically get to run the various swarms. Your computer can probably only handle so many swarms, and each of them might have different models that they're running, different AI models. So there'll be we'll need to do some research. We'll write some good descriptions for the tasks. But every day you'll come in and yeah, you will get to choose which task you're running, which will be which swarm you're running, which will be which token you're running. Um, so hopefully, for example, we're bringing in partners, right? Those partners will have tokens that are hopefully already live. Some of them do. So we might start bridging those tokens over, and you might see those swarms. That would be a really strong incentive that we're trying to give to the community. Following that, we wanted to, as I mentioned, make the Koii browser. It might be a Koii browser in the Koii node, but essentially a new tab where you can see all the Prometheus swarms, where you can sort through them more easily, where you don't necessarily need to um, be in the same view as the tasks, so the Prometheus swarm doesn't get too busy as we start adding more and more. I just wanted to clarify that because I thought that was a really valid question.
Yeah. I'm wondering too, I was thinking as you were answering that, is there any advantage or disadvantage to kind of running different tasks each day? Do you get incentivized to stay with one for a while, or is every day kind of treated uniquely?
For the most part, I would say tasks run in cycles of about 3-ish days. So when you first stake onto a task, there's a reputation building period, and also you have to get through the first 3 rounds. So it depends on how long those rounds are. When you look at the task in the node, it tells you how long the round is. So you want to be able to get through a few rounds to build reputation, and then a few more rounds to actually get rewards. And sometimes the work an AI has to happen over multiple rounds. So I would say that 3 days is sort of a happier sweet spot where you can say after 3 days, here's how many rewards I got. Now I can switch to something else. I can compare how many rewards I got after those 3 days and sort of start making my decisions, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay, thank you.
Cool. Awesome.
I think that,
Unfortunately, I do have to run, but
yeah,
yeah,
nothing
I
wrong with
wanted
being
to.
busy.
Yeah, absolutely. I did want to drop the X link one last time here in chat, so I'm just gonna do that again. That is not what I meant to do. Why can't I delete this? Oh, okay, one sec. Why did that happen? Oh no. Whatever. Uh, Ina, can you drop the link? My Discord is not working. Bizarre. Yeah, you don't have access, so that's lucky. Sorry, I don't know why that happened, and I couldn't delete it. Could have been a way worse link. Oh, absolutely. A Google Doc you guys don't have access to? Nothing, no problem with me. Oh, for
You
sure.
don't want to sound that excited when you say it could have been a way worse link.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You know, we're all in Web3. We're all degens. We know what's up.
That's a riot.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and I'm excited to hear where this goes. And I'll be in bed, but enjoy your. I'm gonna die on the hill with you. Enjoy your Twitter event.
Woo!
I'm ex-
Twitter.
I'm excited to hear the recap.
Awesome. Yeah. Hopefully we get that one recorded. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be recorded, and I will figure out where we upload, and I'll give you the link.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Have a good one.
Awesome. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.